Hi guys, I'm Chris with Cali Moto TV and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to today's video. We have something really awesome to play around with. I don't know if you see it in the background there, but we got a Ferrari California. And I know most of you are probably like, it's just the entry level or it's just a lower model Ferrari. There's a word, it's called Ferrari. It's still in the name. This happens to be Silverstone Grigio. Grigio, you gotta get the fingers out there when you say it. So we're gonna go for a drive. We're gonna talk with the owner right there, Eddie, and see why he chose what he chose, why he chose this. But more importantly, this isn't a 553 horsepower car anymore. Oh, no. It's more than that. We'll get into it. Let's go for a drive. All right, so we need a little crash course in how to start a Ferrari because apparently it's not very straightforward. Eddie, how do we start a Ferrari?
So yeah, let's first go ahead and get your key and put her in what you're used to there, just into the keyhole and turn it all the way forward.
Like, what is a key anymore? This is what we have now.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Yep, hold the brake in, hit the engine start button there on the steering wheel.
Engine start button.
Yep.
You have a key to turn the engine on. We're in my favorite spot where I like to do some little speed runs here. And there's no cars directly in front of us. So, oh my God, the transmission. That sound. Oh, the carbon ceramic brakes are nice.
Yeah, the brakes on this are Johnny on the spot, bro.
Oh, the seating position is just perfect.
It is, man.
I love the way the seats kind of just hunker you in and just kind of hug you a little bit.
Yeah.
And they're made of this beautiful, soft leather.
Yeah, it is awesome, bro. The thing about it is how, sort of comfortable the ride is. It's not super hard and stiff, you know?
Yeah, we're actually in sport mode, so it should be the more stiff of the two, right?
Yes, it is. Yeah. So it is a little bit more floaty than people might think a Ferrari would be, but it handles beautifully. It really does. I mean,
okay. Oh, someone had a Ferrari behind them. They're like, they probably want to get
that
out
was
of the
cool.
way.
That was cool.
I like that. That's never happened before.
Right.
Usually they just stay in the freaking way.
Yeah, and go 25, you know?
That's right. So Eddie, why California, and talk a little bit about what you had done to this thing because it isn't stock.
No, for sure, man. So, I mean, it's a 2016 California T, right? And 4.9 liter twin turbo stock, 50 horsepower stock is what it is. And I've been a car guy my whole life, man. So for me, it's not enough to just have a stock car. I've got to do something to it, right? So I looked up these guys, this company called Eurocharged, and they did a stage 1 tune for. Well, they didn't. Harrison Motorsports did in Vail. Really great guys, solid dudes, and they did a stage 1 tune for me. Got it up to 660 horsepower and 590 something or 600 something torque. I don't specifically remember, but it makes a difference, man. You know, it was already nice, but as soon as I did that, I was like, holy. You know what? It made a huge difference.
Not having driven a stock version, I can tell that the throttle response, it definitely seems more dialed in than what a stock cars would be. There's a little lag because this is turbo, correct?
It is twin turbo.
So you have that little bit of lag, whereas this doesn't really feel that way. It's showing, we got, 2 pounds of boost just right there, and then it just quickly spools up.
Yeah, and the thing about stock, I mean, it's still a fun car to drive. And as Eurocharge put it, before I got the tune, I called them up. They're in Austin, Texas. Really cool guys. And he's like, man, I'll put you in 488 GTB territory easy. The car's already made to be that way. It's just tuned down because it's a Grand Touring Ferrari, right? It's meant to be. You could drive this to LA and back, dude. Your back will be fine, man. You know, you would be hurting because, as you can see, it's a very comfortable ride. You know. Yeah,
even sport. There's a little bump says where we're going, but it doesn't. It's not jarring.
Yeah.
The camera will even show. I don't really have stabilization on in the camera. You'll see that it's pretty rock solid, nothing really bouncing around.
Yeah, man. So I like that combination, you know. I haven't taken it to the track yet. I plan to, but obviously I plan to, but it's fun.
Park is not very straightforward, but apparently.
So it goes to neutral.
Okay.
Now you pull the lever for the brake, the parking brake, and you'll see it say park.
Hold.
Yeah. Okay.
This little section here, you get a little hop usually. It's the underside of the road. Sweet. The turn in is quite sharp. You almost turn in too soon. And oh my god, the front end feel. The only other car that I felt the front end like this is a Porsche.
Yeah.
And it was an RS. So high level Porsche. In comparison, again, people want to say this is the entry level. I would harken back to the fact that it is a Ferrari, period.
Yeah. And so that's the thing with the California model. The earlier model, the non-turbo NA California, is the one that people didn't like, I guess, and performance-wise and such. But this is a California T, which then they added twin turbos and did some stuff with the suspension, made it feel more like a Ferrari. So this is sort of the redemptive model of the California, let's call it. And people love this one. They don't like the California non-T so much. And the body style, I think, is better. The exhaust layout in the back looks better on this one. But yeah, the handling it's there, man. I mean, you need it to do what you want it to do. It's going to go where you want to go. It's a front engine, rear wheel drive car too. So for being that, it handles beautifully,
Well, it's got that familiar feel. I mean, most cars that are out there are that front engine.
Yeah.
Freaking layout. So like when you get something like this,
it feels
familiar, and then it's just got a little something special.
Yeah, it does indeed.
So is this hydraulic or electric steering?
It is actually hydraulic steering.
Okay, I was asking that because it's got a particular weight to it that some manufacturers do a decent job in replicating what the hydraulic weight of an electric steering rack. So the fact that it's hydraulic, it just adds to the experience, I think.
Yeah, it's got a rack and pinion, the whole deal, man. Yeah. It's cool. Yeah, I'm really impressed by the engineering, because people were always saying, reliability, there's issues with Ferrari. However, in the last, let's say, 10 years, I mean, Ferrari's really done a good job with the reliability of their vehicles and the quality control, stuff like that. Where as before, if you drove a Ferrari, the myth was 5,000 miles, man, the thing falling apart on you. So I don't know if that's true because I never owned one of those old school Ferraris, but this one here, man, I absolutely love it. And
well, how long have you had it for?
So I bought it April of 2023, less than a year.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So still relatively new ownership wise, but within a year you've had it tuned and
I got it tuned 2 weeks after I got it, man. Like literally 2 weeks.
That's the type of car people we love. Like,
yeah,
I'm not a huge modding person, but I can see this platform being kind of conducive to wanting to. Like it's there. There's a lot of potential there.
Yeah. And I knew there was. Even before I researched it, I was like, this is a twin turbo 4.9, 550 horse. You kidding me? I guarantee you I can get more, than that. I guarantee I can get more, man. So that's when I started researching it as soon as I bought it. And yeah, I mean, I bought it from the Ferrari dealership in Chicago, Illinois.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And sight unseen, I saw it on their website. I said, yep, that's the one. And had it delivered. And 2 weeks later, had it tuned. Yes, indeed.
And there's a certain level, like there's a tune that you can go to and it would make it obviously way more powerful, but then you lack that drivability.
Exactly.
This particular tune and what you've done to it, it doesn't lack any drivability. This is a very tame car to drive, even in manual mode.
Yes.
Where I'm the one playing around with the shifting and all that fun stuff. I keep trying to hit a stalk. This car has buttons on the steering wheel.
Yeah. Button turn signals, man. Takes a while to get used to, for sure.
Something else I do love is the fact that the shift paddles
are huge.
Huge, but they're in the same freaking place when you turn your wheel.
Yes.
There's cars that don't do this, and they float. Oh my God, that's first, second, and third, by the way, people. And You notice how it was a light throttle and then the difference of the pushback. Oh,
The whiplash.
I love rear-wheel drive cars. I know
Me too.
our Jag is all-wheel drive, and
Yeah.
once tires get put on it after they got blown out, we'll take you out and you can see
Awesome.
sort of the difference of supercharged
Yeah, yeah.
versus twin turbo. I don't know, forced induction, doesn't matter. It's all fun.
Yeah, it's all fun.
So we'll go up the narrow section here. Requires some good flickability and good chassis control, and I painted within the lines right there.
Yep, you were.
It's a good thing I know this road.
I do too. Yeah.
Oh my God, the brakes.
Yeah.
I overslowed, which is never a bad thing,
Never
people.
a bad thing, but they're
Overslowing's
there,
fine.
man. They're there all day, man.
They are very precise. Our carbon ceramic brakes on the Jag are, there's a little pedal and then it gets strong. This one,
It's all pedal,
dude, it's a light touch and there's some power there,
Yeah.
and then it just gets stronger and stronger
Yes.
and stronger and stronger.
Yeah, it gives you a lot of confidence when you push the car, which is great, man.
That's what, I mean, that's the point of it, right?
You're exactly right, man.
For a grand touring type
Yeah.
car, this thing has some serious chops.
Yeah. Hold,
All right, so
hold, it'll do its thing, man.
pulling back and holding.
You'll see a indicator there that the top is fully open, and that's when you let go.
The roof is opening. Now, if you want to go somewhere, just be warned, as everything's blown out now. All right, let's go. Put you back in Manuel.
And Manuel.
We're gonna come down this little hill here. Oh, that,
Love it. Turns me on, brother.
it's such a good sound.
It is.
That pop.
Yeah. It's a real pop. It's not popcorn. You know what
Sure
I mean?
isn't. It's legit. That is not
legit.
piped in from
Nope.
some sound enhancer. No, that
No.
is real motor.
That's Ferrari sound all day, every day, baby.
Yes, those are brake squealing, but that is what they're supposed to do. Try to get the front wheels a lift on that little hill there.
Yeah, yeah.
And as always, we have found slower traffic. What impresses me most about this car is what it feels to be the usability of it. I feel like I could drive this to and from work. Aside from the attention,
Yes.
it would feel like a normal, everyday car. But, and then you look around it, you see Ferrari, and then you see the horse,
Yes.
and you hear it, and then you steer it, and you're like, okay, this is something a little special.
Indeed, man. And yeah, that's, you know, that's the cool thing about it is it's so easy to drive and it's approachable. But man, you know, you better treat her proper and respect her too, because she's got that power, and you lay down some power, you got to know how to drive her, man. But if you're just cruising along, man, you could cruise along to LA and back and you'd be fine. It's such a smooth and fun car to drive. And that's one of the reasons why I did buy it, actually, because I wanted something that was a little more accessible. It's my first Ferrari, you know?
Yeah.
I didn't want to go straight into like, which is what I wanted to do, was get an F12 Berlinetta.
Oh.
The wife said, let's start, you know, something more that you're familiar with. I said, that makes sense. It's probably true. Get myself in trouble otherwise, you know?
Yeah, you know, it's ironically enough, my wife's dream car is an F12.
Yeah,
That
mine too.
That is the car that she wants the most, because they're just stunningly classic looking
gorgeous.
cars. They will never go out of style.
Never.
They're timeless, as you would say.
Yes.
And honestly, I think this car is too, where a lot of the Ferraris and everything have gone to, a lot of cars in general, have gone to their digital displays, screens, and everything else. Well, the problem with screens is what happens. 4 or 5 years, they look old, right?
Right.
This has an analog tack, analog speedometer. Yes, there is a small digital screen, but because it's minimal, it'll never be something that looks out of place or out of date.
That's right. And honestly, this year of Ferrari, I think just in the entire line, is when this is like the last generation of analog dials, right?
Yeah.
After this, they went full digital, you know?
Right.
So that was actually one of the other things. I was like, I've got to have that tachometer with the little prancing pony right there. It reminds me just exactly what I'm driving, man, and it feels good, you know?
So I'm hoping this street, our normal street, will be somewhat open. we can have a little bit of fun.
Yeah, we need to let loose on this thing for real.
Because the steering is something that I critique a lot of cars on, because nowadays with electronic steering, it doesn't feel like anything. I can't tell what the road's doing underneath me. This, not the case. Oh my God. Yes, sir. Planted.
It's there, brother, and it's planted.
Oh God. And of course we reach a car as the trials and tribulations of trying to film on public roads.
Yeah.
But I mean, it is what it is.
Hey,
How can you beat a top-down, Ferrari? Oh, I hit it. I wonder where the red line was. That little dip right there is a good tell of your chassis.
Yeah.
It's so abrupt that you lose weight in the front end, obviously.
Yeah.
And then it comes down hard.
Yep.
This car, it almost felt like I stayed on the same plane the entire time.
Yeah.
So that right there alone lets you know that this car is the real deal.
Loose.
Oh, that pop. There's the turbos. I have so much confidence in these brakes.
Yeah.
Like, they just bite.
Yes. And the suspension, man.
That pop. Get a little hump here. You feel it on weight.
Yeah. You still know what it's going to do, though.
It stayed true. I've had other cars that do a little squirrely when they land.
Yeah, man. No.
That you saw us lift, right?
Yeah, dude, that was crazy. Can't say I've done that with this one yet. That was cool.
And we settle it back down, back into. We'll go to comfort mode.
Yeah, comfort
We'll go
mode.
to comfort mode. And
Now it's just a regular car.
Now it's just an everyday car.
Yeah.
The transmission, I want to point out, the dual clutch, the F1 style transmission is perfect. It didn't hang up, it didn't lag, it didn't get confused. And I had an auto, and we're in 7th right now, and it just beautifully comes from 7th all the way down to 1st and back through again. I have to say, of the transmissions I've driven, and again, unfortunately I'm comparing it to some American automatic stuff, so I feel like that's a no-brainer. This is going to be better. But man, it's so freaking precise.
Totally. That's one of the things I love about this car is the transmission, man. And even with the stock horsepower, it's fast because of the transmission, man.
Oh, for sure.
Because when you've got a transmission that precise, man, you can do with a lot less horsepower what a car that's got 1,000 with a crappy transmission can't do, And I think that's what's cool about it,
It just beats the crap out of you if it's a bad transmission.
Yeah, man.
Going slow on purpose on a crunchy road just because we're in comfort.
Yeah.
And sort of show that it's an everyday usability. And I have a wicked shadow on my face.
You do.
You gotta love driving in general. Like when you try to film, this is what happens. But I don't care because under the shadow is a smile.
There you go.
I'm sure my camera's freaking out trying to find who in the world is trying to track. Oh, you just keep hearing it do its little shifts.
A little gurgle.
It's just sounds just a little angry.
Yeah. She, this car likes to be driven fast, but she also understands sometimes I got to take it easy, right?
Yep.
But yeah, it's definitely everything tightens up when you're going fast in this car, which is amazing. It's a testament to Ferrari's engineering after 100 years and stuff. I mean, it's a cool
Well,
thing.
to think about this car in terms here, it's 2015 or 2016?
2016.
2016. So you're 8 years old, right? So this should feel like an 8-year-old car.
Yeah.
And to me, it doesn't.
It doesn't.
It doesn't feel clunky. It doesn't feel dated.
No.
And those of you, again, as I started this video saying, it's a beginner, it's entry level, it's still a freaking Ferrari.
Yeah, man. Indeed it is.
Show me the color of yours.
And honestly, you know, because I want to build a rapport with the Ferrari company, as I'm sure people know, you know, the sort of the stigma that goes behind that.
Yeah.
Right? I got a little bit of advice from the dealership of how to do that, and they said, you know what, that's going to be the smartest way to go. You know, and I probably will get into an SF90 one day in the future.
Oh yeah.
Because I've actually, you know, it's a hybrid and all this, but I've absolutely fallen in love with the car with the videos I've seen. I'm not getting rid of this though. I promise you that. I'll get that and have this, and the wife can yell at me all she wants. You know.
As far as the newer ones go, the one that I like the most, the F8 Tributo, I still like because it's got the classic steering wheel, and it didn't go crazy with the screens either.
Yeah.
I know that some people have commented this, it feels muted because of the turbos and the way that they did it for emissions. I don't care. The SF90 is an insane car.
Yeah, it is.
But for me, I like the F8 Tributo.
Yeah, those are beautiful too, man.
The other car that I would love to have is just a good old-fashioned 458.
Yeah,
like the old school, naturally aspirated V8.
I mean, you know, you're talking about what Ferrari would I give everything up for? I mean, that's the F40, man.
Yeah.
I'm from the 90s. I grew up in the 90s. That was the car, bro, you know?
Yeah.
So, but, you know, that's probably not something I'll be able to attain in my life, but I once told myself I'd never be able to attain a Ferrari in my life, so who knows, right? But yeah, I mean, the 458 is awesome too, and I mean, just any Ferrari you got to appreciate, as you said. You know, they're all beautiful, and they're all amazing works of art and architectural engineering. You know.
Yeah, they're just great.
Yeah.
Okay, this saga of putting this thing into park, holy crap.
Yeah.
But it's there. We did it.
Park, you got it. All right.
Did it.
There you
All
go,
right.
bro.
Eddie, as always, thank you so much for the ride.
Brother.
I hope you all enjoyed this video. It's a little bit different. I tried something new, and I hope you all enjoy it. Come back for another one. Like, comment, and subscribe. And hey, we'll have more car stuff. Eddie's got an M2 that I've driven once, so we might have to drive it again. Thank you, and we'll see you on the next one.